Hello everyone, my name is Cassandra and this is my video on 6 screencasting tips to really elevate your videos and take them to the next level. So tip number 1 is to convey your voice. I wrote down these questions that you can ask yourself either before you sit down and record, as you're recording, or after you've done your first take. Audio is extremely important and you want to make sure you have good audio quality to ensure that your audience can hear and understand you correctly. You want to make sure you eliminate any distractions in the background, such as people talking, the TV playing, or a breeze coming in through the window. Really, anything that can take away from what you're trying to say. While audio quality is important, you want to make sure that you're speaking loudly and clearly. Your audio quality can sound good, but if your voice is low or monotone, then the audience most likely won't stay engaged. Nobody wants to hear you speaking like this. Which leads me into tip 2. Be prepared and natural. You want to make sure you sound natural and not robotic. The best way to put it is to speak as if you're having a normal conversation. Try not to read off a script and let your voice come out naturally. If you sound bored, your audience will also be bored listening to you. Reading notes isn't entirely discouraged. Sometimes we need a little help remembering what to say. Just make sure you don't sound robotic. And just make sure that you have good flow and that you show passion for what you're saying. Because if you sound passionate about your message, then the audience will actually take it in. So now going into the video and camera aspect, tip 3 is to find the correct light. You want to make sure that you use light effectively because it can really make a huge difference in your videos. You want to make sure you're sitting facing the primary light source so that your face and expressions translate and are captured well on camera. You don't want the light directly behind you because you don't want to be backlit. And just be careful if you're in front of a window because it may cause shadows to cast on your face, which can be distracting for the viewer. Just want to make sure that your face is accurately shown, which, causes the audience to be more engaged with your video. Next tip is about framing. So you want to make sure that you're maintaining eye contact with the camera at all times to really capture your audience's attention. You also want to make sure that you're not too close to the camera or too far away, as it can affect the lighting and the audio. You also want to make sure that you maintain the correct eye level. You don't want the camera placed too high up where you have to be looking up at it, or too low where you have to look down at it. That's just not a flattering angle for anybody. And tip 5 is about your stage. You want to make sure that you use your backgrounds effectively. A plain background is actually a little boring, but if you have some personal belongings or something that really represents you, it creates some warmth and familiarity with your audience, and it causes them to feel a little more connected to you. So just make sure you have a nice little background. And my last tip is to keep it short. So you want to make sure that your video isn't over 6 minutes because no one really wants to sit there and watch a super long video. But just make sure that you hit all the points that you're trying to make and that you don't take too little or too much time. And that is all. Thank you. I hope that you use these strategies to effectively engage your audience and just really make some awesome videos.